We the people, we the people, we the people, we the people.
United States of America.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, this is what I've learned in the last couple of years, or however you want to put it. Okay, everybody talks about change in the elections. You got the Democrats that talk about change. You got the Republicans that talk about change. Depending on who's running for what office, the person trying to get in talks about change. They're going to change stuff. This is what we've learned about the word change in itself. Okay, in the past couple of years, we've learned, in decades, I should say. Okay, we've learned. Change is for us. We lose our rights. We lose our freedoms. We lost 500,000 jobs this year alone. We have lost. Okay. Now we're into the progress of right now of higher gasoline prices, higher electric bills, higher property taxes, higher. You name it, it's higher. You can't even buy clothes made in America. It's horrible what's going on. Okay. So now we're also losing the rights of our country because now all the other countries think we're a bunch of idiots. Right? And now we are actually losing our Constitution because of the people that are in the White House, the people in our Senate, the people in our state Senate, our federal Senate. We've got some serious, serious problems. All right, so this is one thing I can say. If you need to buy something, please buy American products. Made in America, pretty much no matter what it costs, made in America. If it's not made in America, you pretty much don't need it. Try to live without it. And then maybe we can change a little bit that way. All right, so We're back to buying American products, okay? Through globalism, which is just not one thing in the United States. I've done a lot of traveling in the past. I remember being away in different countries and actually people saying about 5-6 years ago, they talked about the EC, the EU in Europe, right? And I can remember this guy telling me, well, what are you going to do when it happens in America? Well, it's here now, and if we don't really step up, we're gonna be the Amero. We're gonna be Mexican, Canadian. There's gonna be no more at the United States, pretty much. Whatever the flags are gonna look like, I have no idea what it's gonna look like, to tell you the truth, but it's not gonna be the same. All right, so we talked about what change means to us, what the elite gave us from change. Let's talk about what change is for the elite. Well, I haven't found anything. So that means pretty much they're going to stay the same. They're going to stay flying in their planes and driving in their cars, which they really don't even drive anymore. They just kind of sit in the back of a limo and kind of do whatever they pretty much want. They don't fly their plane. They have people that cater to them and everything else. It's not because they're rich. It's because they're taking advantage of me, you, and everybody else in this world that actually works for a living. I guess that's it.
Trivia questions. Who did Barack Obama pick for his vice president?
Senator from New York.
Is that Clinton? Hillary Clinton.
Barack Obama, I don't know. Somebody, his wife?
Some guy that thought he was unsuitable to be president.
Joe Biden.
Hi, my name's Chris, and I'm from Warwick. This is my first time up here. I'd first like to just start off talking about an experience I had at my own job very recently. I work for the Department of Safety and Risk Management at URI, which obviously deals a lot with dealing with emergencies and then also with dealing with hazardous chemicals and maintaining them and whatnot at the university. Anyways, I'm the computer expert, and one of the jobs I have assigned is to input chemicals into a database. Recently, I was informed that the material safety data sheets, the format of them will be changing due to NAFTA's global harmonization policy. And another thing that will also be a result is that if there's ever any dangers about certain chemicals that come about, then instead of just taking them off the market or getting rid of them, they just give a warning, an advisory warning on the website, that if you go to the website, I guess you can find it out. But if you don't go to the website, then maybe you'll just buy it and end up dead. Who knows? But oh well, that's just the way it's going to be, because in the future they're just going to have a meeting that they have to vote. People have to vote on this and decide that this is going to be taken off. Another thing that sketched me out as well is the fact that on our floor plans we've recently been marking off areas to hold large amounts of people during emergencies, and also if there's a school shooting, they decided that everybody is to go into the lobby, which a lot of people at the meeting were saying is a very dangerous place to put everybody and will put a lot of people at risk, but all the people running the meeting just didn't even care and didn't even acknowledge these people. And to be honest, all of this stuff in the end, I mean, I've been getting pissed off about so much of the stuff going on in our world and within our government and politics and big business and mainstream religion and mainstream media for so long that, I mean, I didn't even get pissed off. It just, because I already saw stuff like that coming and I was predicting stuff like that to happen. And when I saw it, it just kind of made me feel like I have to speak out about this, and I started telling some of my friends about it, and that's also one of the things that prompted me to come up here and speak here. I mean, instead of getting pissed off, I just went and acted upon my emotions. That's pretty much how it was, because I've already been pissed off for a long time. I just haven't really been going out talking about it enough. But yeah, that's really all I got to say.
Good man. Trivia questions. Who was the first vice president of the United States?
The first vice president of the United States? You got me there.
Don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I know George Washington was the first president, but
John Adams? I don't know. That was a guess.
all right. My name's Jesse Perry. I'm from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, and I'm expressing my First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And first I'd like to talk about is the fundamentals of the United States of America and how far we've strayed from them. First off, we're not supposed to be taxed without representation, and we haven't been represented in a long time, whether it be by our local leaders or our higher-up leaders. And basically, they just look at us as an ant farm that they can control rather than represent, and that's wrong. Our foreign policy is way wrong. It can only do one thing, and that's bankrupt our country. We can't afford to be the world police. We can't afford to conquer communism. There's going to be evil people. All we can do is protect ourselves, protect our borders, and not try to change other people because people are corrupt. We see corruption in our own government. Corruption is like a disease that spreads, and if it's left unchecked, corruption only grows, like it does in foreign countries and even in our own government. No one can keep the president in check. He's a top man, and he's not a good person, and he has his own ambitions, and he uses the American people to accomplish them, whether it be war in Iraq or he's an oil man. Like, he has a lot of money to make off the war, as well as Dick Cheney, who is, I believe he's owner of like a mercenary company that's making billions of dollars off government contracts. Yeah, what else? All right, I don't know. I'm good.
This concludes this program broadcast. We the People, a freedom of speech television show. Go to www.wethepeopleofri.org.